Welcome to Community Talk. I'm your host, John Gray, and today our guest is Katie Liddell, who is the counselor at Garfield Elementary School. Katie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, John.
Let's kind of jump right in here. Now, you're a counselor at Garfield, so how long have you been doing that?
I've only been the counselor there for 3 years, but I transitioned from the junior high, middle school level where I taught science for 9th, 8th, 7th, and 6th grade.
Now, I understand that there is a mentoring program in the school, and I wanted to find out from you, first of all, when you were in school, whether it was high school, grade school, or college, were you ever mentored? Did you ever have a mentor?
Well, when I was growing up, we had tons of mentors. I didn't have a specific mentor like Coach a Kid through the United Way, but I had multiple mentors from high school coaches to, of course, your parents' friends, and then competitive coaches that were involved in my life for various and numerous years.
So could you give us an example of how one of these people influenced your life, whether it was maybe academically or socially?
Yeah. Most of the mentors that I encountered through our life, my high school soccer coach was a big one. He was always there. He constantly was on top of us to keep our academics up so we would be eligible to continue to play in those sports. He also engaged with us on a personal level, always asked us questions about our family, how are we doing, were we meeting up with the right types of individuals and having positive influences in our lives. So he was really great. We really, really enjoyed our time with our high school coach. And some of the other high school coaches that I had too, basketball and volleyball, all came from the same type of background, wanting us to continue with great academics, but also building that relationship on a personal level to encourage us to build confidence and keep going and keep striving towards things that you saw as, achievable and kind of like your dreams. Reach for the stars a little bit.
Okay. Well, you said something that makes me want to ask this one question. Coach a Kid has been involved in your school for 3 years.
Yes,
and
maybe more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, the program has only been active for 3 years. This is its 3rd year.
Awesome.
And what I think it's important for people to kind of understand maybe the impact that program has had on some of the students. So my question to you is, what have you seen? Have you seen maybe some differences in self-esteem or perhaps academically? Can you tell us about some of that?
All of those things you mentioned, we see a huge increase with our students when they're matched up with someone who is consistently coming to see them for an academic reason and or for a positive influence reason. We see children go from having an unstable emotional center to being able to not kind of reach past that border and control themselves better in frustrating situations for them. We see also students end up increasing their self-confidence and their self-esteem because the mentor has worked with them on either their academics or on how to strategize relationship building with other classmates. And you see the students building and working and problem solving in ways that they couldn't really do before they had the guidance from someone coming in and working with them one-on-one, once or twice a week, and really spending that consistent time with them to encourage the growth and development of them. And the students, their mood change too is drastic. They see their mentor, they're happy. When they are done with their session with their mentor, they are even happier. So, you really see a change in the development and growth of those students who are lucky to be matched up with a Coach a Kid through United Way.
So obviously, mentoring is working.
Yes, it is in our building, and I encourage everybody to get involved with Coach a Kid and mentoring and have these people from the community come in and visit with your students, because there's so many things that we don't know about some students until we get them the help, and then we start to see them blossom.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being a guest here on Community Talk. and we'll be back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Community Talk. I'm your host, John Gray, and I have the pleasure of being here with Tracy Hilland, and she is one of our mentors for the Coach a Kid program. So I'm really, really excited to be speaking with her. So, Tracy, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I've been in Enid for a little over 20 years, and I work at a company here in town, and you guys, United Way, actually is in the same building as we are. That's how I heard about Coach a Kid. And I've raised 2 girls in the school system. They're grown and having kids of their own now. So I just kind of thought it would be a good time for me to get involved, with the community and with children.
Okay. So was your main motivation to get involved, was that because you had a sense of giving back to the community, or were you specifically looking to help children?
Really a little bit of both, but mainly children. I love working with kids, and I kept trying to think of a way that I could do that. Loved it when my girls were in school, and I was involved in a lot of the school activities. And now that they're out of the house, I just felt like I had so much more time. So really just something to be able to take the mothering instinct that I have and be able to communicate with a young one and hopefully help out.
Okay. So how long have you been mentoring?
Last year was the first year, so this is my second year, so about a year and a half.
Could you tell us a little bit about that, like your first year experience?
Yeah, it was really, really easy. I was a little bit, apprehensive about what it would be like or what I would be able to bring to the table. Luckily, I was matched up with a sweet little girl, and we connected right away. So from the very first time I met her, it was just fun being with her. She has fun with me. We spend about an hour a week, and it's, I look forward to it. I meet with her every Friday, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Okay. Have you heard any info from her teachers in terms of maybe her progress?
Just a little bit. She's a very intelligent little girl, very smart. So as far as her, reading, and we do a little bit of that every time, but she just wasn't behind it all. She had a really good, academic, and it was more emotional type, just visiting with her, just helping her feel stronger, relationship building, things like that. And they said that she's done really well since we've started meeting.
That's really great. When I talk to people about mentoring, they sometimes confuse mentoring with tutoring. And although there's a component of tutoring, a lot of times it's more on the emotional side of things.
I agree.
And that is such a big component, because when a child feels better about themselves, it has a tendency to roll over into their academics or other parts of their lives. So just I have to say personally, thank you for being a mentor. This is, like, for me, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So have you tell us about some of the differences that you've seen now that you've been working with her for a year, from when you first started working with her till today?
Some of the things I would say, she was pretty shy when I first met with her, and she would kind of sit back and just wait for me to have ideas to do. And now it's like she's already thinking ahead. She knows, like, next Friday I'm going to be there, so she's asking for things that maybe we can do, or she brings up topics that we can discuss, which before I was always asking her questions. She talks to me about my kids and my grandkids and things like that. So just a lot more outgoing. I have learned how to make slime since I met her, so so that was something that I was out of the loop on.
That's so fun to do.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Sometimes I make it at home just to make it. So one final question: if you could encourage someone to be a mentor. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what would you say?
I would just say that it makes you feel good about yourself. Anyway, for me, it makes me feel really good that I feel like that I'm making a difference in a sweet little girl's life. I think she would have done fine either way, but I really do think that it has made a difference. I think she looks forward to it. So I think anybody that can give 30 minutes to an hour of their time, especially in a situation where I am, where I don't have any kids at home, I'm not trying to hurry up and get home to cook dinner for kids, so I have that extra time, and I think it's very fulfilling.
Tracy, thank you for
You're welcome.
taking part of our show.
Yep.
For anyone that wants to become a mentor, you can call me at the United Way, and my contact number is 580-237-0821. Thank you for tuning in to Community Talk, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Rich Shepard. I'm the president of the Enid Civitan Club. Here locally, we give well over $10,000 a year to a lot of community events. If you'd like to be a member, please contact us. Go to civitan.org and be watching on Community Talk.
Hi, I'm Brandon Gilson. Welcome back to Community Talk. I'm here with Barbara Sweat. We're both from Youth and Family Services. How are you doing today, Barbara?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Not too bad. Trying to stay warm. You got an event to talk about today? What do you want to tell everybody what it's about?
I do. Each year, Youth and Family Services has a Nights of Shelter fundraiser event. Last year, it was a Valentine's Day gala, and this year, we have moved it to March. The event is actually on March 3rd, and it will be at Independence Tower from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. We are going with a Casino Royale theme this year, so we will have some casino-style games that are being provided by Ambucks. They are actually setting that up for us. We'll have dinner where people have a choice of chicken or beef as their entree. And we will also have a live auction, and we'll have some dancing for folks who are not interested in playing the games. Mm-hmm. So we'll also have some items that we will raffle off at the end of the night. So people will actually, when they play the casino-style games, they will cash in their chips for tickets that they can then put into the raffle baskets. So
that's fun. Much more fun than what we did last year when we just had a raffle.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
There's a little bit of fun involved.
And there were some awesome gifts last year. There was big neon sign. I think there were some golf memberships. There's some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. So.
They said cocktail attire. What does that mean exactly?
Well, because the event is being held at Independence Tower, that is a historic property, and it has lots of Art Deco, just small Art Deco features in the building. And so we're kind of going for a Great Gatsby style with our event. We're not asking people necessarily to dress in the style of the 20s, but if you want to, that's fine. Cocktail attire for men means a suit and tie, not tuxedo, but just like one step down from a tuxedo, so maybe a black jacket.
No James Bond?
Well, close, but not quite. And then for women, it is a fairly formal dress, but they are usually just a little above the knee or a little below the knee. So they're not a long formal dress, it's a short.
Not gowns?
Not a gown, right. Although, if somebody wants to wear a gown, that's fine.
Who's to stop someone, right?
That's right. So we've put some information on our Facebook page, actually, about attire. There is a link to a vintage menswear site. And then we've suggested that women can go online and just type in 20s women's style dresses and get an idea what kinds of dresses are out there that look sort of like the 20s. Mm-hmm. So we're really looking forward to that.
That sounds like a really fun theme. I mean, I know the food last year was amazing. They had a salmon that was just, it was the best salmon I ever had in my life.
Oh, good.
Where can someone get tickets? How do they go about doing that?
So we have a great website set up for buying tickets and also for setting up sponsorships. Folks who do sponsorships actually get several tickets included with their sponsorship. So you can do that on our website at yfsenid.org. And it's just real easy. I went through it when we first had the site set up, and it's very easy to do.
You see your tickets online, print off?
Tickets can be bought online. You can buy them in person at the office. Mm-hmm. Of course, board members and individuals with the agency will have tickets available as well.
Awesome. That sounds like an awesome, fun event. And Nights of Shelter is awesome. Awesome fundraiser.
Yes, it is. It actually costs us $30 a day to keep a child in our shelter, and the shelter always has children in it. So it definitely helps us to have these fundraisers through the year to help support that. I also want to take a second before I know you need to go on to other things, but I want to take a second to thank the people who are already signed up to sponsor the event, which is AT&T, Bruckner Truck Sales, Parish Enterprises, and Bank of Kremlin have all already agreed to be sponsors for this event.
Thanks a lot, guys, for the sponsorship. We really appreciate it.
Very much.
One other note I'd like to talk about today is our TLP program, which is our transitional living for young people 18 to 22 who are homeless or floating around from couch to couch, maybe in a rough spot. We have openings, and we just got a new residence with new furniture put in. We've got plenty of spots open, so if you'd like to contact me at 580-233-7220 and come fill out an application if maybe you're someone in need. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hello, I'm Clifford Porter of the Booker T. Washington Community Center, located at 800 South 5th Street. Please come out and visit us in some of our programs, and please watch for us on Community Talk.
Welcome back to Community Talk. My name is Katie Webb, and this is Cameron Thielen. We are here from the Chisholm FFA chapter. This upcoming week is FFA week, and that is the main reason that we are here talking about what FFA week is and what we all are doing in our chapter.
FFA week is a week where we get the chapter involved and we kind of celebrate what FFA is within our school.
The main reason we are doing FFA week is, and the main reason we have it, it's Oklahoma's FFA week. National FFA week is actually a different week. We are trying to stress the idea that FFA is extremely important, and it is important because I wouldn't be here right now talking if hadn't been for FFA. It set me out of my comfort zone and threw me into situations that were pretty crazy with people I've never met before. It's so important because FFA is next leaders of America.
Some activities we have for FFA week is the labor auction, February 13th, where the members who don't usually do much in the chapter, they can come and be auctioned off, and they work for whoever buys them.
One of the other activities we do during FFA week is we go to the middle school where 8th grade in Oklahoma is allowed to participate in FFA. Some of the 8th graders are involved in FFA and some are not, as well as the 7th and the 6th graders. So we basically go to them, talk to them, tell them what FFA is and what they can be involved in, how they can travel through FFA, etc.
Then we have our local livestock show, which is February 17th, where the people in the Chisholm FFA who show, it's just going to be them at the Expo Center.
Trying to expand a little bit, talking about our previous activities that we've done throughout the year. We actually had a state green hand quiz contestant. The green hand quiz is for freshman members. They study the FFA manual, which has all of the outlines in FFA, what we're doing, how it goes, all the past dates, when the big important when females were allowed in FFA, etc. So we did have one competitor. How the contest works is you are put into a room and you take a test. The people who score the highest on the test move on to an onstage competition where they ask you questions and it's kind of like a little knockoff, kind of like a spelling bee. If you answer a question wrong and the next person answers one right, you go off and you're out of the competition. We did have a state qualifying member this year.
We also had a state opening ceremonies team, which is where you memorize a officer part. There are 6 parts, and then there's the advisor part, and then they go and they kind of in like a meeting setting, and they say their part. We had a state team of all sophomore girls. So,
That competed.
yeah.
We also get involved with the community quite a bit. This past December, we reached out to our school, Chisholm, and we asked for donations for Operation Christmas Child. This is a event in which it's hosted by churches, and they fill shoe boxes with simple items that people overseas would not be getting for Christmas, such as hygiene items, small toys, things like that. We set out boxes for the students at the school to donate items to, and we had a very good turnout from this. We told them if we had met our goal of reaching 20 boxes, we would have some teachers that volunteered themselves to wear ugly Christmas sweaters one day at school. We did meet our goal, which was very exciting for us. We packaged 23 shoe boxes to send overseas, and our teachers did wear their sweaters, and it was quite fun.
For Christmas, we also made and delivered Christmas cards to the residents of Golden Oaks, and we made those cards in class. And then we also did an elementary ag day in January. We went to the officers, went to the elementary school, and we talked to about 70 elementary school kids about pigs, sheep, goats, poultry, and cattle. And we kind of did that so they can be introduced to agriculture for when they get older and maybe want to join FFA.
One of the things we also did this January was we hosted the annual Enid Region Legislative Appreciation Dinner. Cameron and myself went to this. Some of the legislators from Oklahoma in our area attended, as well did the president and vice president from the chapters in our region. And we got the opportunity to talk to the legislators and get on a more personal level with them, see what's going on at the Capitol. And they also gave us some good words of advice for the future.
We've been to a couple career development events, or CDEs, this year. We had a first place agriculture communications team at Panhandle State University competition. And then we had a 5th place food science team at NOC and a 5th place agriculture communications team at NOC.
Some of the more upcoming events that we are having, we are doing more career development events. Career development events are events and contests similar to the Green Hand Quiz, where depending on the different area you are in, you go take a test. Sometimes there's some hands-on experiences. I know in one of them you actually get to taste some food.
I do food science, which you take a test, usually at most 50 questions, about a book that we study, and then we do different aromas, and then we get free food, which is really fun because we get to eat all the food we want, so we know which food is different. And so when I tell people, I say, hey, you get free food at this competition, and it's really fun.
I compete in vet science, and vet science is a different competition, I have to say. We take a test, which is about all the different animals, the breeds, their structures, and then we do some hands-on, which can range anywhere from giving a vaccination to a plush stuffed animal, not a real one, and then wraps, and as well as making up prescriptions, etc.
There are many other CDEs. There's ag mechanics, where they weld. There's ag communications, which is more like journalism stuff. They look at pictures and they edit stuff.
So we also have speech contests coming up. Speech contests have so many benefits. They've benefited me very much. I've done them for the past 4 years. When you participate in public speaking. You memorize a 6 to 8 minute speech, as well as write it, of course. And you go in the room, you give your speech to the 3 judges, and you answer the questions. It was very beneficial to me because it developed my knowledge on my different speeches and just made me a better presentator as a whole.
Yeah. I like public speaking. That's one of my favorite things that I do because it really helps me to learn how to talk in front of large groups, which is really good for for kids to know how to do that. We also have some livestock shows coming up.
The first show we have is our local show that Cameron had talked a little bit about, which is just the people at Chisholm that show. Next, we will have county, which will be obviously the people in our county, just a little bit bigger than local. And then after that, we'll have district, which is the Northwest District. Everybody comes back to Enid to show. And then we will have OYE after that, which is Oklahoma Youth Expo, which is a lot bigger, and it's everyone across the state of Oklahoma coming to show in the city. So
I show goats, and so I walk them in a pen in front of judges, and the judge feels their back for muscle, and it's really fun, and it gets me around animals more, and I love animals and goats.
I show cattle. I show heifers specifically, which are the females before they are pregnant, before they give birth. I think the most interesting thing about showing heifers is that they're such large animals. Some of the ones I've shown have ranged up to 1,500 pounds. And it's very interesting trying to keep them calm in front of a judge. We have this thing called a show stick, which we move their feet with because I can't really touch their feet. And then I also rub her belly to keep her calm in the show ring, which is very interesting.
Towards the end of the year, we're going to go to state convention in Oklahoma City. Certain students I select to go based on a point system of what they did overall throughout the year. And it honors FFA members from across the state. And we'll have some people get their state FFA degree, and we'll vote on new state officers.
One of the last things at the end of the year that we have going on is we have an end of the year parent member banquet. We always strive to end the year with a bang. It's very exciting for all of us. We get to show our parents and our friends what we are accomplishing throughout the years. We also honor our local chapter members, and what else do we do?
We announced the Star Green Hand, which is the freshman who has done the most, and then the Star Chapter Farmer, who is a senior, and then we get the new officers that will be chosen by interview.
This past couple of years, we have actually come onto social media, and we keep updates. For more updates on our chapter, you can check out the Chisholm FFA Twitter and the Chisholm FFA Instagram. It is at Chisholm FFA.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Kissling with Loaves and Fishes of Northwest Oklahoma. Watch for us on Community Talk.
Hi, I am Lisa Magyar with Creative Arts Enid.
And I'm Terry. And it's February, and I'm so excited. It's the month of love.
Yes, we have lots of different kinds of projects that are going on at the studio this month. Valentine's is next week. Can you believe it? Already?
It is. It's date
Here.
night.
And what are we doing?
It's date night. We're having date night. Paint your own pottery at the studio. I'm so excited because I didn't get to go last year. This year I get to go. We're going to paint pottery. It's from what time?
5 to 10.
5 to 10.
And just come and go as you please, except you do want to allow at least an hour, I think, for painting.
Yes, depending. If you could spend a lot more time.
Oh yeah, I've had people that have gone there and spent all 5 hours and even left their stuff and come back another day.
Wow,
to finish it.
really
Like,
dedicated,
really got
lots of
into
detail.
it. Yeah.
But so you could come and then go to dinner, or go to dinner and then come paint pottery. It's a great activity for couples to do. So that
Yeah, and there's no extra charge. It's just the price you see on the piece is the price you pay. So we are not charging a cover charge to get in or anything like that. It is mainly geared towards adult couples. So we do have Enid Event Company is going to supply 3.2 beer or have that available for purchase. But we also have other beverages like pop and water, and we'll have some snacks, some goodies there for donations.
and we get to paint some stuff like this. I'm super happy about the cat. I love the Lucky Cat. It's a piggy bank.
Yeah.
I'm super excited
You
about the
can
piggy
save
bank.
your lucky pennies in the lucky cat.
And when you paint them up, they get all glossy and shiny, and so there's wine glasses and beer steins and Lucky Cats and gnomes.
Oh, we've got a lot to choose from, and we've got some heart-shaped bowls and heart-shaped mugs that fit together. So it really is a fun date night, and this is the 3rd year that we've done it. So it's really something that kind of couples come in and they can bond and just be arty together.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's a one-time event. There's an also that's not it's not really a one-time event, but it's not a several in the next month. There's only one happening in February, and that's with these bowls up here. We're feeding the arts.
We are feeding the arts.
Feeding the arts.
Feeding the Arts is one of our annual fundraisers. We did it back, I believe, in 2014, and then we brought it back last year. It was a huge success. So we have had our pottery students, I'm going to do a shout out to Mary Dykes and Eddie Lou, because they have been making bowls like crazy since October. But we make the bowls for $15. It's a lunch. You come down, $15, you get a handmade bowl.
One of a
and-
kind. There's not going to be two the same.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get soup. And we've got a lot of volunteers coming in and making many different soups. So you get all the soup you want. You can taste all of the soups. They're all about a cup and a half or so as far as the bowl size goes.
That's a nice soup.
And then that money is matched by Park Avenue Thrift.
Fantastic.
So your $15 turns into $30 for the studio. Plus you get a cool bowl. Can I say that enough? You get a really
It's a
cool
really
bowl.
cool bowl.
And then we have a little competition for the soup.
I love a competition.
So it is kind of a soup cook-off. Last year, I believe Andrew Long won it with his mushroom soup, which was really good. But we had so many different soups. I made a beer cheese soup, and I even made little pretzel bites.
Oh, cool.
Handmade pretzel bites to go with it. So I think I was the runner-up.
All right.
With my cheese soup. But it's a really great lunch. It is February 16th. So that is next Friday. Mark your calendars. Come down. Have lunch at the studio. It'll be from 11 to 2, so that should fit.
It covers pretty much everybody's lunch.
Lunch break. To come down, all the soup you can eat. We have homemade breads. We'll have vegetables and the winner of the soup cook-off, I made a soup terrine in the Pottery Lab.
Oh, fantastic. I'm super excited. That's going to be cool.
If anybody is interested in making a soup for this, please do contact us at creativeartsenid@gmail.com and just let us know you're interested in making a soup and participating in the soup cook-off. Otherwise, just come down and join us for lunch next Friday, 11 to 2.
$15.
$15.
That's a heck of a deal.
It is.
You get a bowl and lunch?
Yep. And they're really good soups. So our other fundraisers that we have going on this month are Lushes with Brushes and Sunday Fun Days. We've kind of created these, well, this is something I've done for a very long time, but we're turning those into fundraisers for creative arts. So behind us are our paintings for this month. So this Saturday, we've got the date night or, you know, paint it for your crush for Valentine's Day, painting of a tree with the letters and the lovebirds.
Oh, like when you used to carve your name in a tree.
Yeah, but that's not environmentally friendly.
No, it's not. But
So-
now you can paint it. You can make a painting of that.
So, yeah, so now you can make
instead
one.
of carving up trees, you can do a painting. It's fabulous.
And then we've got on Sundays our Sunday Fun Day, which are very similar to our Lushes with Brushes, but less lush, more brush.
More kid friendly, family
So-
friendly. You could like you could have the whole family come out and do this one.
Yeah, we make the paintings or the activities on Sunday Fun Days to where you can kind of customize it. So every family member can make it their own by using their own colorway. If we're doing something like snowmen, you can put your own personality twist on it. But it's
Which
just
is really important in art.
it is a great opportunity
Yeah,
for
how
families
fun.
to come together and do art together. It just fosters a bond in the family to come and do activities like this. So we have these on Saturdays and Wednesdays, and we also have the Sunday Fun Days. This Sunday, February 11th, is called Baby Love. We don't have a thing up here for it, but it's going to be like handprints
Or footprints?
family tree art,
Oh,
and it
cool.
can be either paint your own pottery or it can be on a canvas.
Oh, so there's all kinds of options.
there's a couple of different ways to do it. Now, when you do the paint your own pottery, it is about a week before you get it back. So if you want to do the canvas, you get that right away.
That when you get to take home, paint your own pottery, you wait for us to glaze it.
Yeah, and so since these are also fundraisers, they're also matched by Park Avenue
Fantastic.
Thrift. We love Park Avenue Thrift. They're keeping us going. So by matching these, the large ones are $30 per painting, and then we also offer a second size, 11 by 14, for $25. We're trying to be budget friendly.
Yeah.
With these activities, and just to get people to get out and do art and come together.
It's so much fun. I always have a blast whether I'm teaching or taking part in the class. Either way, I always have a great time whenever I'm at the studio.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Another really exciting event that we have going on, Mir Williams is going to be coming to town.
I'm excited about this.
She is crossing the pond, as it were. She's coming from England. She's a very good friend visiting one of our board members, Lisa White, and she has offered to come and do some workshops for us.
Oh, fantastic.
It's amazing. I am so excited to have her come into our little town and do these art workshops. She is known for her equestrian art.
So the horses, not this one, but other horses.
But she does huge murals
Oh,
for
fabulous.
horses. She also does costume design. So I'm really excited to have her and anybody in and around that is in the theater group. I also just learned there's a cosplay coming.
Well, there's a Comic-Con coming.
For Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, and I'm super excited. I'm planning on cosplaying, which means I'm totally coming to her upcycling clothing workshop because she's going to talk about how to take those pieces of clothing that you have that maybe aren't quite right anymore, don't quite fit. Maybe they've got a rip, something didn't work. And she's going to show you some ideas about how to make them into something else, which I think will go great with cosplaying for the upcoming Comic-Con.
And when is her upcycling
That
workshop?
is on February 24th. That's a Saturday from 10 to 4:30.
Okay.
So she's doing that one, and then she's got something else on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, she's actually doing two on Sunday. She's going to do an art journaling, which is really fabulous. Anybody who's
I wanna
kind of
learn.
gotten into this, she's really gotten into this. And she's going to do that from 1:30 to 4:30 on February 25th. And then she's also going to do her equine mix media workshop. That's hard to say 20
Yeah, it
times
is.
fast.
Woo.
But she's going to be doing that from 6 to 9 on Sunday the 25th. So watch our Facebook page, check out our website for more details on these workshops. Like I said, it's really a great honor to have her coming into town
Yeah,
to be able to do these workshops for us.
We have a variety of artists, but when guest artists come in, I always think it's fantastic to learn a new perspective.
And plus being from England, you learn, like even communicating with her to figure out what supplies she needs.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I kind of feel like I need an interpreter.
Yes, yes.
Because it's just worded slightly differently.
And it sounds like the same words, but it's, yes, no, I love that.
So we're excited to have these events going on at Creative Arts. If you want more information on how you can get involved with Creative Arts or how you can come to our events or take our classes, check us out at creativeartsenid.com or on our Facebook page, Creative Arts Enid, and we post everything that we're doing.
Also, can I say, we are always looking for volunteers to help us out with events. We have lots of events. We need lots of volunteers if people want to come and help. And support the arts. Just help us out, support the arts, keep those doors open. We have kids that come in for after-school art, and those things are still going on in the month of February. And of course, all of the different workshops that we have, we can't do that without community support. So that's important. Help us out.
So thank you for joining us on Community Talk, and we'll see you next month.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Julie Nelson with Hospice Circle of Love. We're a not-for-profit organization that helps terminally ill patients and their families, and we're at 314 South 3rd. Our website is hospicecircleoflove.com. Be watching for us on upcoming segments of Community Talk.